Campus life can be unpredictable. One moment is text and exam, and the next moment is stories no one ever saw coming. Because at University of Calabar, an exam took a shocking turn when the lecturer mistakenly shared question papers that already had the answers in it, and things only got more dramatic towards the end of the exam. Still at University of Calabar, nursing students protested after they realized that their portals had been blocked due to over-enrollment issue. Now, this has left so many students uncertain about their future in the program. From there, we moved to Polytechnic Ibadan, where the police arrested 2 suspected cult members on campus after receiving tip-off about a possible attack. Sadly, we'll be talking about a Yabatech student that lost his life during a security operation near the campus. But it's not all heavy today because we're moving to a very debatable question, which is it the system abroad or the students themselves? Why do Nigerian students perform better when they study abroad? Trust me, you want to wait till the end of this episode.
Baby, you gon' feel the show. Baby, you gon' feel the show. Oh na na na, feel the show. Baby, you gon' feel the show. Oh na na na, we could do it all night long. We could do it all night long. Yeah, yeah. Baby, you gon' feel the show. Baby, you gon' feel the show. Oh na na na.
Hello everyone and welcome to CRT Africa, your number one stop for everything campus and student news. And we have 2 amazing guests with us on set today. One is our rep from Olabisi Onabanjo University. Please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, my name is Timlulu Adedumbe and I'm a CRT rep from Olabisi Onabanjo University.
Yeah, and our second guest.
Hi everyone, my name is Sadiq Miriam, a student of Unilag.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, so let's dive straight into our first story. So at University of Calabar, the accounting department, the lecturer mistakenly shared question paper that already had the answers in it, and no one said anything until 5 minutes towards the end of the exam, where the lady stood up and said that the Holy Spirit told her to confess. Now I'm going to be starting with you, Miriam. Let's imagine you were the one in this situation, and what would you have done, honestly?
In all honesty, I won't have said anything because it's just one exam. Like that exam, fine, it may break or make you, but it's still one exam. And that girl that is saying that Holy Spirit told her, she's lying. She's lying. Why would you Holy Spirit be so bothered about one simple, very little?
What if she's not lying?
She is. The Holy Spirit is not that bothered about it. What if the Holy Spirit was the one that directed the lecturers to give the answer? Then what if you told me?
Someone actually dropped that in the comment section. Let me read. We have some reactions online, people reacting to this incident. So someone said, at Chris WTF guy wrote, Holy Spirit told you to confess, but you didn't think that the Holy Spirit might be the reason the question came with the answers, Abi. What do you think about that statement?
Question.
That's a very it's the probability, let me just say like that. It's very possible that it was because of the Holy Spirit. But at the same in like when you try to balance out the whole equation, on one hand you might say, oh, the Holy Spirit might have been the reason that the questions, like the answers to the questions were there. And in the same vein, why is it 5 minutes to the end of the exam?
Yeah, look at it. Why is it 5 minutes towards the end of the exam? Now, let's check another comment. Another user, Senator Obi, said that lady will surely get insulted because her classmates will never forgive her.
Ever.
It's not an insult.
But if I was her classmate, I would forgive her. What if the Holy Spirit had truly told her to?
Don't use your own and spoil everybody else's own. I saw this comment when I was scrolling through because I first saw the video on TikTok.
Yeah.
I saw this comment and the someone said that Holy Spirit that inspired you to say reports that the answers were there. That same Holy Spirit is not able to deliver you from our hands.
Oh my God.
They will deal with her after the whole exam.
Yeah.
It's not like she's saying about it because it's a personal something. You're putting other people's life as risk. Do you know the lecturer may have taken it because I'm like, okay, so everybody practice exam practice.
That's very possible. I said that everyone should carry the course over.
Exactly.
So I'm going to ask you this question again. So let's imagine that girl was in your class and that happened in your class. What would you have done to the girl?
Me, I'm not an antagonist.
Yeah?
I am not an antagonist.
Yeah.
The highest I would do is that I would just ostracize her.
And then
I said it, I will ostracize her, but I would not like intentionally try to make her life difficult.
Yeah, I feel
That's
you.
just that.
How about you?
I won't intentionally try to make her life difficult then.
What?
If situation comes where we cross paths, girl, who are getting it hot. Because I know lecturers.
Yeah.
That is going to affect them like big time. very, very big time. Even if it's not for that course, they're having any course pertaining to that lecturer, it's going to be strict and all. So why should you affect other people's life?
So I think what you're trying to say now, maybe the lecturer herself would have even overlooked when he saw that the mistake was on his side. To going the exam at end.
Maybe like okay, -10 for everybody, but still not putting the risk of carryover.
I understand. And speaking of students dealing with unexpected issues on campus, students at University of Calabar, still University of Calabar with 200 level students, nursing students, they protested after they realized that their portals had been blocked. They don't have access to their results, their exam record, and everything that has to do with them being as a student has been blocked by the school, because the school approved students, more students that they approved quota. So they have more than 950 students in this department, which has way exceeded the approved quota. So now they gave the student 3 options. So number 1 is either you withdraw from the school, number 2 you transfer to another department, and number 3 withdraw, then go and write jump and then start again from 100 level. And this has left so many of the students bothered, worried, because many of them have 4-point-something CGPA, and you are giving them these 3 options. So I'm going to start with Temi. Let's imagine you were the one in this situation. You spent 2 years in school studying, going for overnight, and then the school gives you any of these 3 options to do. What would you do?
That school will not contain me and the authorities, because I genuinely believe that the best route that the students took is obviously the protest, and that is genuinely what I would do. I'm not in 200 level, I'm in 300 level, but I can feel it.
Yes,
I'm feeling right now.
Yeah,
and I'm not on a first class, but I'm close to a first class. So imagine those ones that are already on first class. You're not telling them that they should go and write jam again.
Yeah,
or go to another department. I will not answer. I will not answer, because it's not my fault that your school took much more than the quota that is expected.
Can we talk about the fact that these students have been paying school fees?
Pay school fees, pay hostel fees, feeding, accommodation, everything.
Thank you.
Wasted. I should go and start again.
I understand. How about you?
Honestly, if I was an affected student, I would just leave the school. Like, I know that education is not for me, because you can't tell me that I'll invest 2 years of my life going to school, or being serious and everything, and then you tell me that okay, I should either just leave the school or I should change department. It's not about changing department. Some people actually have that dream of okay, I want to become a nurse, I want to get into the medical industry, and then just tell them that okay, your dreams and aspiration is all a lie. You're hallucinating. That 2 years you went to school, it was just for nothing. I would honestly leave and maybe invest my time something else. Because what is the probability that okay, I start again and you tell me the same situation happens?
Yeah.
So then what's the
for life?
Honestly.
So in all of this, I feel like there should be bodies that keep universities in check. Because why a university admitting more students than the approved quota? And this is not the first time, this is not the second time, and not even fourth time that we're talking about stories like this on this platform, where universities are taking in students than the approved quota, or why the university taking in students and then they will spend. In last 2 months, we talk about dentistry students. We spoke about dentistry students in Unijos. They spent over 10 years in school studying a course that was not accredited, and they cannot graduate. What do you think about this?
I feel like it's a very horrible thing for those schools to do, and it's not just a thing of federal unis, state unis. It's also a thing with private schools. I remember the school I first applied to before I was given another course. The course I applied for was law, but it moved me to history and international studies or English or something around that area, only for me to hear later, after I had gained admission like 2 years later into another school, that law in that university is not accredited.
What if you had studied? Jesus Christ!
That would be my story, and I'll
Can
just
you
be
imagine?
in that school, I'll graduate and I'll not be able to practice.
That's insane. Very insane. That means you would have been in the situation of those students, lost law for that matter. You would have spent 2 years reading, and then only to come and find out that the course was not accredited. That's
crazy.
Insane. How about you? What do you think about this?
Institutions that take this route are just out of greed, honestly.
Yes.
Because we have to talk about the fact that these students invested money to actually be a registered student.
That
Where does that money go to? What they use the money to do? I feel like it's just greed and wickedness on that part. Because we take money from students, school fees, toxicology, do this, do that, and then you tell me that I'm not a student. Okay, where did my money? What do you use my money to do? Like, okay, I used to establish the university and all.
Yeah.
But it's just
And the funny thing is that they keep doing it with the expectation that, oh, when it's time for the accreditation exercise, that their school is actually going to get accredited. But what if they don't?
It actually doesn't make sense. I feel like
There's no
universities that
assurance.
are not, courses that are not accredited in certain universities should not be studied.
Yeah.
They should just
Hold
close
on.
it, yes, until they are done, then they can take a student. That is like you are purposely putting the student's life, the student's education at stake, at risk. You know that, oh, we might or might not get accreditation.
It's
So
not
why are
assured.
you
Nothing
why are
is
you
assured.
letting the students study the course? Why students in Unical are protesting about their academic future? In Polytechnic Ibadan, 2 people were caught by the police. So what happened was that someone called the police and tipped them off that there are suspected cultists on campus, and the police came to the campus and arrested these 2 individuals, Lawal Opeyemi and Olaniyan Opeyemi. So after they caught them, they found double-barrel pistol, they found live ammunition and a bag containing charms. So now the question is, do you think there is something the school could have done to avoid situations like this happening? Because if you look at it, these are people that are not even students of the campus, but they were caught on campus with this deadly equipment. So do you think there's something the school could have done to avoid such a thing from happening? What do you think about it?
Okay, so when I hear cultist story or cult clash or violent crimes happening, I feel it's more of an economic issue and a nation issue that is affecting the nation as a whole, because there's little to nothing the school can actually do. Because in as much as we try and say, okay, there should be strict enforcement of searching, regulation and all, last along the line, the school is somewhere that is easily accessible. And these people, they realize that they are fully aware that, oh, such places are easily accessible. We can easily, just infiltrate such places and, have our clashes, have our arguments and all. So I feel like the government itself should be more strict to curb all these cultist issues, so that it won't escalate to the point whereby, oh, they're having to go to school or campuses to really trash out like differences and all, because they do realize that, okay,
I feel you.
if you ask anybody, okay, where is the place I say that is, campuses, because the security there is more stricter when it's involved in campus activities. But external campus activities whereby people are coming in and out, they can't enforce, or stop them, okay, you can't enter such places.
I understand. What about you? What do you think?
Like I said, even though she already counted the point I wanted to make, you have to, the school has to probably properly regulate the activities, the going out, the coming in, proper searching, enforcement of rules, just monitoring in general of everyone who goes in and comes out. Even though I know it's not possible to monitor everybody, but at least they can try
Efforts can
their
be
best.
made.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it all boils down to having should we say having securities be on campus? Yes, like they should have enough security.
So even when those situations should escalate, and let's
Yeah,
say
there are
the
people
fight is happening, there are
readily
people that can suppress it.
Yeah, feel
Yes.
you. Sadly, something similar happened in Yabatech, where a student was reportedly shot there was a court clash near the campus, and then the security operatives came to settle the whole issue, like you said, like having people readily available to control the issue. So they were trying to control the issue, and then while the soldiers were firing their guns, a passerby, innocent student that was passing, the gun shot his head and chest, and he was rushed to the hospital. But sadly, he didn't make it. He died. So now, what do you think? Again, I'm going to ask, what do you think can be done to prevent things like this from happening to innocent students? What can be done to avoid things like cultism on campus?
So personally, I feel like incidents like this are kind of inevitable, because obviously cultists are going to clash, they are going to have their difference, they're going to hash it out, and attempts are going to be made to suppress those fights, or whatever I want to call it. But now the issue is the innocent one, because he was an innocent individual just passing by, and he paid for his life by just being at the wrong place at the wrong time, or right place, wrong time, however you want to call it. But personally, I just feel like also on the part of the security operatives, like the soldier now, when you want to suppress a situation like that, you should ensure you take proper care and know what it is you are doing. Not just choose carelessly, not just try to say, oh, I fired this, I tried to fire the cultist and you couldn't. Because now, I highly doubt that any cultists were actually caught that day, but just an innocent student that just died for no reason, and nobody was brought to book, nothing good came out of the whole situation.
I actually feel like cult clashes around campuses is something that, if we were asked, let me say 1950 years, because I believe that was when cultism actually started, you won't believe that, okay, it's going to turn out so deadly. And of course, cultism was created with the sense of, to fight and kick back against colonialism and all. But along the line, it has evolved and gone to something deadly, violent. Now we're having to fight against each other, which really kills the whole aim of actually the reason why cultism was created, to fight against our colonial masters. So I have to say now, what's the main issue that is causing such clashes? Like, what did they derive? What did they gain from killing each other? No, we actually have to ask such questions.
These are questions
you
that
just
make
keep
it
getting, this gang is fighting with this gang, and you have to ask, okay, after the fighting, these people, someone died from this end, someone died from this. What do you guys actually gain
from
so
it?
I think maybe if they're properly educated, because most of the time that people that are not educated, they are in school now.
No, honestly, if you look at it,
it's more than just, most of them, if you actually look, most of them are ones that like drop out, or after joining
look about the case,
and they feel like, oh, I don't have anything to do, education is scam, school is scam. It's people like that will go and join this one. So we actually have to ask, okay, what do you derive, what do you gain? And then on that thing, I'll still blame the government, because if there are actually opportunities and, let me say, avenue for them to actually learn something valuable, I'm not thinking about, we go to learn this handwork and along the line, I'm not getting anything from it. So I tend to, think negatively, and also the government has enough to do to handle such cases.
I understand. At the end of the day, with all these stories that we've seen today, one thing is sure. Students' reality is getting complicated day by day. It's one issue after the other. So now I'm going to put this out to you. What do you think about all of these stories? Drop your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. Because in our next segment, we'll be talking about a very debatable topic, which is it the system abroad or the students themselves? Why do Nigerian students perform better when they study abroad? See you in the next segment.
Baby, you gon' feel the show. Oh na na na, feel the show. Baby, you gon' feel the show. Oh na na na, we could do it all night long. We could do it all night long. Yeah, yeah. Baby, you gon' feel the show. Baby, you gon' feel the show. Oh na na na.
Welcome back. Now we asked the question: is it the system abroad or the students themselves? Why do Nigerian students perform better when they study abroad? I'm going to be starting with you. What do you think?
Okay, so I'm actually a strong believer that Nigerians are very hardworking. Yes, that we're very, very hardworking. Seriously, we just need the right system and the right environment to actually, show our talents and put in all our best efforts. Okay, now I'll give an example. Now, imagine a university student. Your first class is by 8 a.m. You're starting your very first class at 8 a.m. Now, I'm not saying that, okay, it's wrong with people. Like, let's be realistic. As a human being, why would you be up by 8 a.m.? Doing what? Even you, the lecturer, why would you set your class at 8 a.m.? But let's put that aside. Okay. Your class might start by 8 a.m. You have another class by 12. You have another one by 2. Your class overall ends around 5. 8 to 5, I'm in school. 8 to 5, doing what? Okay, I'm receiving lecture now. Then you not expect me now, to really give him. I won't give him my best, because honestly, I'm tired. There's only so much the human brain can actually handle and do. So I feel like it's a system. So over there at abroad, you don't really have much, like, will I say, pressure? Yes, let me use the word pressure and stress. I'm not going to say that, okay, it's a bed of roses or you're not going to really struggle and all. But I don't know. Nigerians have this mentality of, if you're not suffering, if you are not, sweating, if you're not being like, I'm tired, I can't do this anymore, you're not really putting in your best. And it's a very, very wrong mentality. We need to realize that even though you're not stressed or you're not tense, you can actually perform. Yes, give it your best. And
I think Nigerian lecturers need to hear that. You don't have to stress yourself.
Before I kind of want to disagree with you where you said there's no tension, there's no pressure. There is, to a certain extent, I believe that there is even more pressure when you school outside Nigeria than in comparison to when you school in Nigeria. Because for instance now, when you school outside Nigeria, majority of the time, in fact, 8 times out of 10, you are working simultaneously while handling your studies, and you have to pay rent, you have to pay feeding, do all of that just on your head while being a student at the same time. But most of the time when you're in Nigeria, your parents are doing all of that for you. Like, only a very small amount of people that send themselves to school, pay for their accommodation, pay for their feeding and all of that. But while you're outside the country, you know you definitely have to do that. Except you're maybe a Nepo baby or something, you have to work while you are in school. And the kind of structure they have outside of Nigeria when it comes to school is very strict. For instance, now, in Nigeria, I cannot name off my head the name of one of my professors. Maybe I can, like one or two of them.
Yeah.
But nothing about their emails, nothing about their personal information. But outside of Nigeria, like abroad, when you're schooling abroad, you have to have information like that. It is mandatory, in fact, because you cannot submit your assignments. You think, oh, it's all those write a magic number, your signature. Nothing like that, though. You make your submissions online through email with tight deadlines. So I feel like everything is just very based on structure. And when you know you are schooling outside of the country and you know that, oh, this is what I'm doing, this is how much effort I'm putting into trying to do good, you know what's at stake, and you are not even, your brain will not tell you that you have any opportunity or space to fail, because if you fail, then something is wrong.
So I think at the end of the day, Nigerian universities do not give space for students. Like, for example, abroad, you can school and work at the same time. Imagine people that their parents actually stay there. That means they have the free time to, like, their parents are paying their fee to go to school. That means they have the free time to go to school and then have time for other things. But in Nigerian university, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. sometimes,
You don't have to come back and go and work.
the time is just too tight. It's too tight. There's no space for Nigerian students. Why is it that everything about Nigerian lecturers is like, everything about Nigeria, in fact, is you have to work hard. You have to sweat. You have to suffer. They want to see you suffer before you can get it. Why are we not asking why these students, most of them focus on their school from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. They are going to classes, they are studying, having overnight classes. Why are they not up to, like, let's say there's 200 students in the class. Why are they not up to like 100 first class students? Let's think about it. While abroad, these people are working and going to school together, and they are doing well in their academics. They are having first class, they are having good grades. But in Nigeria, 8 to 5 p.m. you're in classes back to back, and they are not having such good grades. What do you think?
Our lecturers, it boils down to them, because I genuinely feel like they want life to be hard for the students. Because what do you mean I'm pouring out my heart out in this exam? Like, notice my book is full, my CA, I did the very best I could for my tests, my assignment. I had a lecturer admit to us when I was in 200 level, saying that they don't mark our assignments that we submit. I just look at it and they just say, then just give you this mark.
See?
Just give this mark. He said it. Yes, our contrast lecturer. He gives you marks as it pleases him.
Of not sleeping. Print it and
spiral bind.
You know that mark.
The reality of it is that majority of the time, those lecturers, when they come to class, they're coming to class to play. And they are lazy. One lecturer in this my first semester, because for all our courses we have 2 lecturers teaching us. So for this particular course, the course was criminal law, so we had one lecturer teaching us things like armed robbery, stealing, and that. Then we had another lecturer teaching us nature of crime, history of crime, this, that. Only for this man to come for our first class and be like, because we've not seen him at all, we've not heard anything from him at all. I want him to come for the few weeks to exam, like very close to exam, and say, this course outline is not bulky, it's not bulky at all. Just go and read it. To be very honest, I don't even like teaching this topic.
Make your notes.
I don't like teaching this topic.
The exam.
Go and read it on your own. The exam, that is the number one exam that I'm seriously praying to God about. That's my only exam that I'm hoping that God should do something, because that exam, I saw.
It's always the one saying, no, it's nothing. The exam is going to be easy, and then you get there.
I saw that exam. I already started swearing for that man on the spot. Because what do you mean you did not teach us?
Yes, they pay now.
And you set that kind of question that is twisting our heads like that. They are just genuinely wicked individuals. Those lecturers.
And I want to say something regarding what you were saying, that the lecturers just look at the papers
and
that
just
they
give
give. I think that is where having a very beautiful name comes in. They'll be like, Semiloluwa, oh, fine name. She said,
like an
So what do you think about this situation?
So I actually feel like it's the system. the system is so bad whereby they don't allow you to, be creative. A lecturer will give you this particular definition or explanation, and if you don't give that lecturer what he gave you, you see hell.
Yes.
Then you hear that I didn't teach you this. Where did you get it from? Why can't I give you my understanding of what you said? Why can't I, be like, okay, this is what you told me, and okay, from your explanation of my definition, this is what I understood. But no, you must write word for word. Then when you now give them la calm, la poor, you start hearing that. Where does
Why
it get?
can't you be creative or you?
Exactly.
And then when you try to be
They
creative,
are confused. They don't know what they want.
honestly, they are being confused.
Take it easy, because a lot of students that read to understand, that don't read to cram. Like some people have very photographic memories that when they just look at the note of the lecturer gave them, or look at their notes, once they enter inside the exam, or they can point out exactly how they saw it. Their book will be full. They will write to the fullest. But some people, you have to read to understand. And when you enter the exam hall, like me now, then when I get to the exam hall and I start like bringing my own understanding, piecing two and two together, then writing like what I understand. And if that's not enough for you, I'm sorry.
You see, this
I'm
situation
sorry.
is reminding me of a course I did, and then I wrote what was in the textbook. Like I have a very kind of brain that when I see the picture like this, I already know what is in it. So I got this question, and then I put my own word save. I said, so what this man is trying to say that in the car when I put my own,
You garnish it.
when the results came out, I can't see D. I say, Mommy, what did I do to deserve a D? Do you know what she told me? She said, why did you write what was in my textbook? I said, what do you want me to write? What do you want me to write?
It's not
I
what you
don't
thought I
write.
would write.
I don't
Satisfy these lecturers.
I am right. I'm giving you the right answer. So why are you still failing me? You said, why am I writing what is in your textbook? So what do you want me to write?
If I go outside of
what
what's in
I
your
keep
textbook,
myself?
you will say, why did I go outside of it textbook?
Like, it's just insane. University lecturers say, you people, you deserve a course that we should just university lecturers 101 and study you people. So we ask students what they think about this situation. Let's hear what they have to say.
And as a Nigerian citizen, we actually used to struggle and know what an eye that see in Nigeria. So having an opportunity as a student to go abroad, there's no how you actually want to become serious, because you knew the sacrifice you made before you had the opportunity to have a visa, won't get an admission to study abroad. So because of that, the following sacrifice that each of them actually made, actually made them up to sit up and try to do well in their academics abroad. And also with the academic system we have abroad, they have a very supportive academic system abroad that can make a student to actually balance a working life and also a student life together. Not as a Nigerian system that as a student, it's very hard for students that are actually working to train themselves in school to actually balance the two. But in abroad, it provides a supportive system that makes them to run the both at a very easy time and a measure harm.
I think Nigerian students tend to do better abroad because they put in a lot of resources. It doesn't come easy to study abroad. It's a lot of financial resources, your time, efforts, and I think that's just like an extra drive for them to want to do better, coupled with the fact that the system here is so supportive, and you can easily get a job, you can easily settle in, you can easily make the money back. This is my opinion, and I think that's why Nigerian students move abroad and do better.
So I think it's similar to what you said about the students working and studying at the same time, and that one alone is going to motivate them to want to work hard and then have good GP. So what do you think about what she said?
I also feel like she also mentioned that the sacrifice you made to get there. Yeah. So once you have that at the back of your mind at all times, you are definitely going to do well.
What about you?
Okay, I'm going to support her in the aspect of which said, you can balance a working lifestyle and a studentship lifestyle, because it's all about flexibility and ability to merge both aspects of your life. So you'll definitely be able to ace being a student and at the same time be able to work and earn your money.
So I think at the end of the day, what she's trying to say is that when students think about what their parents went through to send them abroad, so many people, their parents sell so many things for them to be able to go abroad. So that one alone will motivate you that I need to work hard and make money so I can say to my parents. So let's take a look at the next video.
I think is a system abroad, because I think they have better equipment and like study equipment which enhances the study abroad, like makes it flow better than the one rather than Nigeria. The system in Nigeria is not too good.
I would say Nigerian students tend to strive more abroad because they have better learning environment, better structures in terms of curricula. You have more equipped lecturers who encourage group discussions. Also, the labor market is wide enough, so you have better job opportunities and better salary thresholds. Also, unlike in Nigeria, where tries to drop the academic calendar, it seems to be different here. So you learn at your pace, and curriculum keeps running until the whole academic year is done.
So listening to what you said about them, the abroad having better facilities and equipment that is able to facilitate the student learning, do you agree with what he said?
Definitely. Definitely.
Are you trying to say Nigeria led group chats?
Yes, they did. Because when it comes to resources, just everything in general when it comes to education, they are up here and we are down here. I cannot say that I'm just trying to slander Nigeria, but it's the honest truth.
Sadly, I agree with that. What about you?
I also agree with what he says, because it's the facility and resources over there is very good to the extent that even as little as they say that community college is very, very equipped. Meanwhile, over here, even our federal universities, we can't really say it's up to that level. So I also agree that it's all about the resources and the structure that is available.
So I think one thing is clear: Nigerian students have the ability to excel anywhere. It's just about the environment. Is the environment okay? Is there enough facility? Is it time flexible enough for them to be able to excel? So I'm going to put this question to you: is it the system abroad or the students themselves? Why do you think Nigerian students perform better when they study abroad? Don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comment section. And before we round up, I want to thank our amazing rep, Temiloluwa. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so
Really
much for
appreciate you.
having me.
And thank you, Miriam. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And also, if you'd like to be a guest on our show, all you have to do is apply via the link on our TikTok or IG, and we can't wait to have you here. Till then, see you next week with more stories and more gist.